Good morning, Mohawk. Get out of that sleepy state and wake up for this week's Ignite News. I'm Liz Chittum.
And I'm Benjamin Garrett. Can you believe that this is our last newscast of the semester?
I know, I can't believe it. I'm kind of excited not to be able to wake up at 6 a.m. anymore, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, though. All good things must come to an end. But don't worry, Mohawk. We'll be back with more next year.
And that's enough banter. Let's get to some real news.
Another case of sexual assault in the Toronto nightclub scene, but this one's a little bit different. Police are searching for suspects after a 19-year-old male was sexually assaulted by a group of 4 women who offered to give him a ride after he left a club near King Street and University Avenue on Saturday night. The victim met the 4 women at the club, and as he tried to leave, they offered him a ride home with them. Instead, they took him to a dark parking lot near Queen and Spadina, where all 4 women took place in the assault. The women were described as being between 30 and 36 years of age and between 180 and 200 pounds. The suspects left the man in the parking lot and fled the scene in a silver Honda SUV. Now here's Martina with You Talk.
This week on You Talk, I asked students what they'd be doing for the next 4 months. With the snow slowly melting and summer on its way, staff and students are excited for the upcoming 4 months of summer vacation. So what are you going to be doing the next 4 months?
Well, I'm going to get a job in my field, at least to gain experience and put together everything I've learned from Mohawk and have a little work experience before I go ahead to further my education.
I'm going to be here all summer. I'm hoping to find work, still searching for that, hoping to work on radio for a while as well. If I can land anything on TV, that'd be fantastic as well. Hoping for a busy one anyway, but definitely some beach time too.
I'm going to be working and spending time with my family.
You know, take summer school because I failed a couple classes. Well, just more like one. What else? Go up north, go to Detroit, to the States. Just go to Europe, maybe see some family down there.
With lots of things to do and only 4 months to do it, staff and students are excited to finish the school year off on a good note. I'm Martina Merrick and have a great week.
A Montessori school in Quebec was one of the most recent targets for a murder-suicide this past weekend. Early Friday morning, a man entered the Gatineau preschool carrying a shotgun, threatening employees who worked there. It is apparent that the altercation broke out due to a recent separation between a couple. 2 men were found dead and the 53 children unharmed. Now, here's Trevor and Ahmed with Green Talk.
Well, the days are getting longer and the weather is getting nicer, which can only mean one thing. It's time for spring cleaning. Ahmed and I are here with some hot tips for getting your place clean without chemicals. We've got 3 common ingredients that you'll find around your parents' kitchen that are also super effective cleaners.
So, how do I get rid of mold and mildew?
Try white vinegar or lemon juice, full strength, on a sponge or scrubbing brush.
What else could you do with this stuff, Trevor?
To clean vinyl or linoleum floors, try mixing 1 cup of vinegar and a few drops of baby oil with a gallon of warm water. If you've got stains on your carpets, simply dissolve 2 tablespoons of salt in a half cup of white vinegar and rub the mixture into the carpet, letting it dry before vacuuming it up. Cleaning your fridge with equal parts white vinegar and water is easy, effective, and saves you from having to surround your food with potentially harmful chemicals.
You can also leave some baking soda in the fridge to keep it smelling fresh.
And if you don't want to actually clean but still want that fresh smell, try keeping mixtures of baking soda and lemon juice in small dishes around the house.
Baking soda, vinegar, and lemon juice, that's basically all you need to clean up your axe spring. They also make pretty sweet volcanoes. Back to you, Ben.
Police were forced to break into a Brockville apartment when a resident of the building heard a woman screaming over the intercom. The police broke down the door to find the culprit was a parrot. Yes, there was no struggle at all, just a stuck intercom button and a noisy house pet. Mary Brown, the parrot's owner, had just gone to bed after a 12-hour shift at the hospital where she works as a nurse. She heard the commotion and ran out of her bedroom to hear the police say, "Oh, it was just the bird." Brown doesn't blame the police for busting down her door, though, and says given the range of noise gobber her parrot can make, she would have done the same thing given the situation. Now here's the 3 guys with Star Talk.
This week on Star Talk, you won't believe who the stars are.
This week on Star Talk, we're talking to the most famous people around. Us, better known as the Three Guys. All right, now tell us what you think about the Three Guys.
Oh, I think they're really swell people. You know, I'm just, I'm insanely jealous I'm not one of them because they're really fantastic. Yeah.
If we gave you the opportunity, what would you do to get into the Three Guys, making it the Four Guys?
Oh, I don't know. I'd do pretty much anything. You know, it'd be quite the great honor. I don't know.
This could work, guys.
The Three Guys.
The Three Guys.
I'm just joking. He's not getting in the Three Guys. So, how does it feel to be in the presence of the Three Guys?
I feel so at peace. They are fantastic. I mean, these guys satisfy you mentally, emotionally, physically. They're just amazing.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
You're listening to Punk 101 on Indie 101. I'm Alistair.
I'm Mara, and we're here with the Three Guys. How you doing, Three Guys?
We're okay. I don't know. We're not getting paid for this, so yeah, we'll do whatever.
We're wasting our time, really, buddy.
What exactly are you doing? What is the purpose of the Three Guys?
To make you guys,
love us. To make others love us. That is the purpose of us, the Three Guys.
We're gonna grace you with our presence. That's our purpose. We're doing you a favor.
Gotcha.
Just like to give back to the community, you know? Like sometimes I go and I hang out with the homeless people because they're lonely.
I like to hang out with ugly people to make them feel better.
And I like to hang out with no one because I don't like anybody.
Except for the Three Guys.
Three Guys.
Because we're the Three Guys. Right, Three Guys?
Three Guys.
Three Guys!
3, 2, 1, two's up.
Unemployment rate in Hamilton rises for the first time in 7 months. Hamilton's unemployment rate rose 6.1% since February. 2 months ago, the city's jobless rate was the lowest in the province and 8th lowest in the country. Even with its massive jump, it still falls below major Ontario cities such as Toronto and Brantford. Now, here's Danica with this week's weather update.
Today outside the studio is sunny, and right now the temperature is at 2 degrees, feeling like 0. There will be a high of 10 degrees throughout the afternoon. This evening it'll be raining, feeling like 2 degrees, but it'll actually be 7. Now let's take a look at the rest of this week's weather. Tuesday is going to have a high of 16 and a low of 4 and isolated showers. Wednesday there will be a high of 10 and a low of 1 with an 80% chance of light rain. Thursday, there's a 70% chance of rain with a high of 11 and a low of 4. Friday will be cloudy with sunny breaks, and there will be a high of 6 and a low of 1. Saturday is going to be sunny with a high of 9 and a low of 2. As for Sunday, there's a high of 9 and a low of 6 and showers throughout the day. You'll definitely need your umbrellas this week. Now here's Matt with sports.
Hello, and welcome back to Sports Stop, the place where we only cover hockey because I don't want to talk about other sports. I'm Matt Dunn, your host, and let's jump into the action of last night's NHL games. Los Angeles played the Ducks last night. They fought to keep the puck out of their end, but unfortunately, those Wild Ducks ended up taking the game with the final score of 4-3. New Jersey played Buffalo last night with a final score of 3-2 for the Sabres. Nashville played Chicago with a final score of 5-3. Although Nashville did put up a good fight, it was not good enough to defeat the Blackhawks. Tampa Bay played Washington with a final score of 2-4 for Washington. Minnesota played Columbus last night and a shutout with a final score of 3-0 for Minnesota. Ottawa and Florida got their time to clash and crash on the wild ice with a final score of 2-1 for Florida. Dallas and San Jose had quite the game with a battle till the very end with a final score of 5-4. And finally, Detroit played St. Louis with a shutout score of 1-0. Well, that's all for me at Sports Stop. I'm Matt Dunn, and it's been fun. Back to you, Ben.
Some sad news in the entertainment industry. On Thursday, April 4th, legendary film critic Roger Ebert passed away at the age of 70. Ebert was first diagnosed with papillary cancer in 2002 and has since been battling it. He announced the day before that his cancer had returned and died the next morning. Even after he lost his voice, however, he still voiced his opinion through his blog, which had over 600,000 followers. His funeral is being held today in Chicago and is open to the public. His last written words were, "I'll see you at the movies." Now we're going to go over to Sasha with Tech Talk.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it.
This week on Tech Talk, I took a look at the future of Nintendo. Let's take a look.
Nintendo released the Wii U last season with a slew of terrific games such as Mario, Call of Duty, and Zombie U. But fans are highly anticipating this year's lineup of video games.
Mario Party 10 coming out this year. You got, I mean, it's obvious with the Mario Kart and the Mario Tennises. I mean, those are all coming out. Super Sluggers too, so Mario Baseball. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring out the soccer around the World Cup. I think the Q3 going into the fall, that's when Super Smash Bros. I think about then that's when it's coming out. So that's really the big hype for everyone, at least in my department. We're pretty excited for that.
Video games are not the only thing Nintendo Wii U owners have to be excited for this year. For the first time ever, games are now compatible both on the 3DS and the Wii U.
Before, a lot of people thought it was just PlayStation that was doing the handheld to home console, but Nintendo really trying to interpret that with a lot of their games that's coming out with this year.
Nintendo is always an exciting video game company to look out for, so stay tuned for more information on the Wii U. I'm Sasha Dizak with M-Link. Play on.
Team! 1,200 cancer patients in the southern Ontario region have found that their chemotherapy drugs prepared in Hamilton were a watered-down version. The bags were prepared by Marquet Cancer Care Ontario. The drug cyclophosphamide, used for breast cancer and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, was mixed with too much saline solution, 20% under the regular dose. Now, on a lighter note, here's Sam with Food Talk.
Hey there, folks. On today's Food Talk, we're going to be talking about bananas and why they're healthy for you. Let's take a look.
Hey, Sam Blaney here. On today's Food Talk, we're talking about bananas. Bananas are good for you. Better than this crap. How have bananas changed your life?
How bananas haven't really changed my life. I'm sure they've changed the lives of several people, but I don't think bananas are that great. I would way rather some chocolate right now than that banana.
Chocolate's not very healthy for you, though.
That banana doesn't look ripe. Just saying.
So what significant events in your life caused you to hate bananas?
I was trapped in the banana jungle, and the only thing I could eat for those 3 days was bananas, so just got sick and tired of bananas in my mouth, you know.
So how does your body feel about you eating junk food and not enough bananas?
Actually I think my body's very okay with it because I only eat banana flavored candy.
Why are bananas your favorite thing in the world?
Bananas actually are not my favorite thing in the world. I had a bad experience as a kid. I ate a banana and it turned out to be a tapeworm and I threw up everywhere.
Well, hope you've learned why bananas are healthy for you. Maybe next time you'll choose a banana over some junk food. Next time you don't have a snack. Sam Blaney, Ignite News, Hamilton.
3, 2, 1.
More and more states have legalized the use of medical marijuana, but one veterinarian is saying that humans aren't the only ones that should be taking advantage of these new laws. Dr. Douglas Kramer says that pot can actually help dogs a great deal when it comes to treating chronic pain and other debilitating conditions. Kramer's dog Nikita suffered from terminal cancer, and he claims that each time he gave her a dose, she was up and moving around and had a better quality of life right up until the end. In addition to aiding dogs with pain, pot can also be used to help give cats the munchies. That's right, Kramer says that sick cats can be very picky when it comes to eating regularly, but when given a bit of marijuana, their appetite will drastically improve. And now here's Jock Talk.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and today on Jock Talk, we're talking concussions in sports. Check it out.
Today on Jock Talk, we're talking concussions in sports. It has become a major problem in sports today, like hockey, football, and wrestling. Prime examples are Wade Belak, Chris Benoit, and Jovan Belcher. Wade Belak is a perfect example of a concussion creating brain damage. It can create extreme depression and can induce suicidal tendencies. Chris Benoit is a very sad story about a wrestler who was so brain damaged and had so much roid rage that he killed his entire family and then himself. Jovan Belcher was a football player who took many headshots, and it took its toll on his brain as he killed his mother, girlfriend, and daughter. He then drove to the practice arena and killed himself in front of his fellow teammates. Hockey and football are attempting to put mandates to limit headshots, unlike wrestling, who has a habit of sweeping things under the rug. This is Tyler Saban for Jock Talk, signing out.
Well, thanks for watching this semester, Mohawk.
That's all we've got. We'll see you next year. Have a good summer.
Yeah!